And we're live. Hello, everybody. Thank you all so much for coming and hanging out with us today. As you see, I have Kris O'Neill with me from Sew the Distance. Kris, would you like to talk about your channel and introduce yourself a little bit?
Sure. Hi everyone. I can't see any of the comments, right? Because I guess the way it's set
Okay.
up. So if I miss anything, sorry. Anyway, hi, I'm Kris O'Neill from Sew the Distance. I do tutorials, a lot of things vintage, repair old quilts, show old quilts, also do tutorials on scraps and just a little bit of everything, anything quilting. So yeah, I've been doing that about 5.5 years, and I love it. Former teacher. Yeah, I don't know what else to say.
Awesome sauce. Yeah, and if you like to see the chat, then what I usually do is open up YouTube on a separate screen.
Okay.
And then just do over in the chat and everything. I'll do like click on those three little dots up on the top or upper hand of the chat. Click on
Whoops.
those
Yep.
like three little dots and it'll try and have an option to pop out the chat.
Yeah.
And then what I usually do is try and do like the chat on one side of my screen and the Zoom screen on the other side.
Okay.
That way there I can be able to still see the chat using Zoom.
All right. Let me see.
Yeah, I absolutely love the quilt top that you've been working on and done like multiple videos on and everything, where it had like the snowballed blocks and the nine patches.
Yeah.
That was so beautiful.
Thank you. That was that. I had no idea how that was going to turn out. I'm trying to get. Yeah. I'm kind of struggling here for some reason. Let me go get my iPad. Yeah. I
So
can't.
while you work on that, I am going to go and say hello to everybody. We have
Okay.
Michelle Crasamore, Patricia Arbuckle, and we got Fallon's in the room. Hey,
Oh, nice.
Fallon,
Hey,
we were
Fallon.
just talking about you. And Tasha Quilts, Vintage Style
Nice.
by Joe, Sylvia, Brennan, Mr. Quilter, Diana, Marlene, June Hanson. Trying to make sure I don't miss anybody in the initial introductions. John from Art East. John, I'm getting so close to cutting up my kit now. I got the second star to the right from him, and I'm like so tempted to go ahead and cut up that kit. Hey, Katie Kraus, Melanie Taylor, um, see, Laura Stop. Laura's sending hugs and prayers for your father, honey. Hope he's doing okay. I know she had a rush into, they had to take him to the doctor earlier.
Okay. I got it
And,
on my phone. So,
oh, okay.
okay.
And then we got Raven. So hello to everybody in the room.
Hi.
So how did you get into the whole thing of restoring old quilts?
I've been collecting old quilts for, oh gosh, 20 years. I've been quilting for about 30. And I started going, I love going thrifting and stuff, and they just were so endearing to me. So I started collecting them a long time ago, about 20 years ago. And when I decided to start a channel, I was just going to be a hobbyist until once we were moved and got settled. I feel like I've told the story a million times. So if you guys have heard it, sorry. And I wanted to get my teaching license here in Pennsylvania when we moved from Massachusetts. And so I started the channel just to kind of out of fun. And the thing that I thought would be really good to do would be look at these old quilts because I had learned so much from them over the years. And I thought it would be a cool video series to start with. So, and I also loved all vintage fabrics and stuff like that. So that's kind of where it started. I had no idea that the lessons from an old quilt would be as popular as they are. I think I'm almost at 80 videos on just that alone.
Oh,
And I probably
wow.
have, oh gosh, I know I have 200 plus old quilts in this house. So, I know I have a lot of them to go. So, and they just keep finding me anywhere I go. It seems like, in fact, I was out today with a friend and came across one, and I'm happy to say I did not buy it. So I'm trying to be restrain myself, but they do seem to find me everywhere.
Aw.
So yeah, so I love them, and there's so much we can learn, and I've learned that nothing is new. Nothing. Everything's been done already. And even though people say, "Oh, I found this new technique," no, no, it's
No, it's like I
all been
guarantee you
done.
it's already been done.
Yep, the patterns are all been done. I mean, it's kind of interesting to see, and I
It's
just
like
learned so much from them. And then
yeah, sometimes I
restoring,
wonder how many names does each quilt block really truly have? Because
well,
every
yeah,
time
that's
someone makes it and out of a different colorway or something like that, they always give it a whole new name.
yeah, yeah. And I have several books, 10,000 quilt blocks and 20 that whatever, so many books like that too when I'm doing my research on the old quilts. And yeah, there nothing's new. Even though people say it's new, it's not. Usually. I mean, there's always exceptions to that rule. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's
So
fun.
let's
I enjoy it. It has a very niche fan base. They're not my most popular videos, but there's definitely people who are tried and true and they look forward to those videos and then restoring them. I have two videos that I've restored, two or three restored old quilts. And the latest one was the one I put out last week. And I really love doing that, but it's so specific to the quilt that I really love to teach on my YouTube channel. So because there's so many specific problems, I don't want to call them problems, but issues with the particular quilt, it's so hard to say, okay, this is what you do in this situation. So I've been kind of avoiding it, and then I just decided to go for it. And again, it's the video's not doing great, but I don't care because it was so much fun it was rewarding for me to really
and
feel
you
my
never
work
know,
in.
someone might come across that type of issue and you might wind up having the only video out there that could help them resolve that issue.
I might, but it's just really about persevering through it and doing it brave and deciding that you're just going to try it, and if it fails, it fails. And I think that the trick to that is I wasn't super attached to that quilt top. So if it would have made it, been made into coasters or a table runner or whatever, tote bag or who knows, I wouldn't have been hurt. So I think it's really hard when it's a family heirloom and going
Yes.
in and repairing something like that because you do not want like that one. If I ruined it, I ruined it. I mean I wouldn't want to ruin it, but I had no attachment to it. So
Yeah.
it's
It's like you
easier
had
with
nothing
that.
personally invested in it other than some time
Right. Yeah. Well, I didn't
and
even
whatever
have
it
time. I
costed
mean,
to get the quilt top.
somebody gave it to me, so I didn't even have time in it. I mean,
Oh, okay.
yeah, no, I never did anything to it. So it was just handed to me. So no money or anything. So I did the lessons from an old quilt video and then decided to tackle restoring it and fixing it. And the two tears in it were from me when I was taking off the border. So it was intact. So I wouldn't even have had to done that if I would have been a little more careful, even though I thought I was being
Eh,
careful. So
sometimes you just can't with some
I,
fabrics though.
yeah, yeah, and
Depending on
exactly
how
two
old the
tears.
fabrics are, it's like some fabrics you just no matter how careful you are, they're just going to have an accident.
Yeah, I mean, I could have been a little more careful. I think I got a little overzealous, but yeah, it was fun. It's fun to, do it. And I hope to do more videos like that. I have probably 30 antique quilt tops um, that I could use that need to be finished. Of course, I have probably 30 of my own quilt tops that need to be finished too.
Oh my
But
gosh, where do you keep all these at?
they're everywhere. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. I have ladders on display. I have them on beds. I have them under beds. I have them in, we have a finished basement. I have them on shelving down there. I have them, and I rotate them. And I do have I love them all. They're all like my favorite. I say that all the time. I'm like, this is my favorite.
Oh
So
wow, so John from Art East says we currently have my husband's great grandmother's unfinished quilt. The plan is to finish it for her daughter, keeping as close to her vision as possible.
that's so nice.
I say go and watch Chris's videos because they are amazing. I've done and such great ideas at like keeping with the theme as much as possible or with the appearance and everything. And just, I love watching just because I'm like, wow. I
Hmm.
actually bought an antique wedding, it was a double wedding ring quilt before. And I was like, the intent, my initial idea was, okay, I'm gonna restore this because I was told that there were some holes in it.
Uh-huh.
I got it and I only paid like $12 for it. So I was like, I'm like, okay, I'm like, if I can't do anything with it, you know what? I tried and $12, I got to actually see the beautiful thing. So I took it, I got it home, opened up the bag because it was in a plastic bag. So I opened up the bag and I'm like, oh my God, it was all like completely shredded.
Mm.
The
Yeah.
front, the back, everything was completely shredded. I'm like, I don't think there is anything here that I could preserve. I mean, it
Yeah.
was like nothing even large enough for like a coaster.
Yeah. That's tough too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, man, that sucks.
Yeah, I have one quilt like well, I've had a few quilts like that I've gotten that I've like, but mostly, I mean, I get them a lot of times at auctions and thrift shops and or people give them to me and um, which is wonderful. It's so nice. But like I said, they kind of find me. But I have had a few, and I have a video on the one my dad got me at an auction, and he paid $2 for it. And it was in shambles. And my mom called me and she says, I'm just going to throw this thing out. I'm like, no, no, don't. Let me look at it at least. Let me see. And there was another quilt inside it. So
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
yeah. And I have a video on it and I show it. And in the video, the quilt is in rough shape. Um, it's but it was so cool because the quilt was probably from I can't even remember the details, but I think it was like the 1930s, but the quilt inside of it was from the late 1800s, so it was the
Oh
coolest
my
thing and
gosh.
it's something I treasure. So you just never know, because they would they would just put quilts inside of quilts to they needed quilts. They needed something to keep warm with, and they
Yeah.
weren't going to waste anything. So, but I've taken quilts apart. I made a adorable backpack out of an old quilt blocks because I couldn't save the actual quilt. The borders were or the sashing was all deteriorated, so I just took the blocks apart, and that turned out awesome. So I try to. I'm not against making things out of these things at all because well, where I live, they're everywhere. And like I said, I left one at a thrift store today, and that's so unlike me. But I'm sure people who know me are so proud of me because I have so many. But they're just everywhere. And if I say honor the maker as best as you can,
Oh gosh,
that's what
yes.
it's all about.
And then Brandon, Mr. Quilter, has commented on the crocheted blanket behind me. So I just want to
Oh,
show
very
it off a
pretty.
little bit. This was actually last time I went down to my mother-in-law's house in Alabama. Then she had gave this to me. She wanted me to have something just in case anything ever happened. So this is something she made 50 years ago and is
Wow.
has like these blocks in them that she made. And this is crochet. This is not applique. This is all crochet that she did.
Wow.
And so to keep it nice and safe, I keep it in here over my chair.
That's very pretty. I love the
Yeah,
colors.
I know. I'm like, ah, I was like, I gotta have, I'm like, I love it. She's like, now keep it away from the puppies. I'm like, oh, it's gonna stay in my sewing room over my chair.
Yeah,
So that
that's
way
very
there,
pretty.
it's like I see it every time I come in here and it's nice and safe for the babies.
Yeah, I love
Yes.
it. It's very pretty. Very pretty.
Thank
Oh,
you.
somebody said to go, my husband's Brendan. To quick go out and run and get it. Yeah, he's like, no way. He's like, we're good. He's like, yeah. I forget what we were doing one time, and he was trying to put something under a bed, and he's like, what is stopping this? And I'm like, quilts. He's like, are you kidding me? No, he loves them too. I mean, I always have him come in and look at him and see if because I study him for a good couple hours, sometimes days even, before I do a video and really do a lot of research on him and as much as I can. And I'll say to him, come in here and see if you see something I'm not seeing, and he usually will find something. So just having a set of eyes on it. So
Oh, awesome.
yeah. So,
Oh, so.
oh, thank you. Somebody said they love my channel. Is that? See, I don't see Linda, I think it is.
Yes,
You
Miss
watch more?
Linda, our Estelle lady.
Hi. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Brendan, it is 50 years old. I was like, at first I was scared to death to take it because I'm like, if anything happens to it, she's gonna haunt me in her whenever she passes. Hopefully no time soon, but still. And then I don't know if you've seen it, but John from Artie's Quilting Co. and Brennan, Mr. Quilter, are both plotting to come over here and wrap themselves up in my crochet blanket.
Oh,
I
I see.
seen that, guys.
It's going fast here for me, so I might miss some people, but and keep looking down. Then I feel like I'm being rude. But
That's why I usually keep my laptop right here beside of my camera. It's like I literally have my camera right here in front of it so that
I
whether I
should
can
be more
look at the
prepared.
camera and still see the chat right over it.
I should have been more prepared.
Ah, that's okay. You weren't really expecting knowing what to expect anyway, so.
Yeah, I don't usually. Yeah, I don't do many lives, but
Yeah, I've
I've never
only
done
seen
one
you on a
myself.
couple of times, like a few times over at Sean's,
Yeah.
and then I've also seen you over at Donna's.
Yes, years ago. Yeah, I haven't been on
Yeah.
Donna's in a long time. But yeah, and I was on Becca's, I think years ago too. When
Oh,
she would do
okay.
she did interview. Oh, and I was on Steven too. Years this
Oh,
was years
okay.
ago, like probably 3 or 4 years ago. But yeah, Becca used to do interviews
Oh,
and
I never knew that Becca did interviews.
yeah.
That
Yeah.
must have been before I started watching her channel.
Yeah. So
Let's see. Trying to keep up with the chat for if anybody's asking any questions or any comments I want to point out or anything. But I'm not seeing anything offhand. If you guys have any questions or anything, put it in the chat and tag either myself or Kris.
oh Laura, yes. It is nice to have husbands that support it. It is.
Yeah, I love the fact that my husband and my son both support my crazy ideas.
It's wonderful. It's good.
Yes. Sometimes it takes them a little bit more to sell them on it, but they do eventually come around.
Yeah, they do.
So, what all type of sewing do you prefer? Do you prefer like foundation paper piece, traditional piecing, hand sewing?
I like it all. I enjoy foundation paper piece. I do EPP. I don't love that. I try to love it. I want to love it. I think I should love it, and I don't. I made a few things, but it's not for me. I used to do foundation paper piecing all the time. I have kind of gotten away from it. I really love scrap quilts. So I do a lot of traditional piecing and scrap quilts. Um, that's probably my favorite. And yeah, but it changes, as I mean, I've been doing it 30 years. I've gone through so many different phases with things that
Yeah.
I like, and what I do. But scrap quilting is probably up there, and I probably because I have a lot of scraps. So, and I have fun
I
with
mean,
that.
hey, we're quilters. We all have a lot of scraps.
Yeah. Yep.
And
So,
I love that no matter what it is, you could take something traditional and you can make it scrappy.
yeah, you can absolutely. I was reading see, this is what happens. I'm reading these and not paying attention. Yes, it is nice. It's yes, I love scraps. I love working with scraps. That's my favorite. And I do like taking traditional patterns and making them scrappy. I have a couple videos on that too. So,
So let's see here. Patricia Arbuckle is asking if you have a quilt or two that you could show us.
sure. Antique quilts, or do you want to see?
Either antique or scrappy or whatever you got close by that you would like to show off.
Oh, what do I have close by? Gosh. Things are in shambles here today. I can give you a sneak peek at my next lessons from an old quilt. I think it's going to be my
Ooh.
next. If
Ooh,
you want to see that, I
yes.
have that here.
We love sneak peeks.
All right, hang on. Let me grab it.
Alrighty. Yeah, you do, Michelle. Making a video of your yo-yos? Yeah, you definitely should.
I do. I have a vintage yo-yo quilt. It's
You
around
got
here
a
somewhere.
vintage yo-yo quilt?
I do. I'm not sure where it's at. I could try to find it, but yes, it's I've done a video on it. It's spectacular. And I think I got it at a thrift shop for like 20 bucks or something crazy.
Oh, wow.
This is the quilt I just did that I restored. And if you saw it beforehand, it was a mess. So there it is. I just finished that up. I
Oh my
put the
gosh. And I love
curved.
the rounded edges that you did on it.
Thank you. Yeah, and I did this is a vintage. Actually, I have the rest of it here. I bought this at a garage sale maybe 10 years ago. And it's a vintage binding. So that's what I used for it, trying to use up some stuff that I'm hoarding and keeping. But that's what I did for that. You can still see some of my basting stitches. And yeah, so that's that. And it just, if you would have saw it before, and I have a video on the quilt top, it just was a mess. It was so crinkly and nothing was laying flat. It was, I think, made by multiple people, and none of the seams were really, I think what they did was eased in the seams. They weren't paying attention to any type of the stretch of the fabric, the, what am I trying to say, grain or anything like that. But
Yeah.
then somebody sent me this one, a viewer. This one needs some repairs too, but they're minor. This
Ooh,
is
I
a
love
sweet.
that soft
Nobody's seen this.
yellow.
Other than the viewer who sent it to me, which I don't know if she's on right now or not. But here it is. So this will
Ooh,
be the
that is
next
so
lessons from Donald quote.
pretty.
It is EPP.
That is
Can you see the back?
gorgeous.
Yeah. So that's
Oh my
that's
God, I
sent
love
it to
it.
me. She got this. What did she tell me? She bought it on eBay. And she bought it on eBay about 10 years ago and she used it on display. She replaced the binding. The binding was in rough shape. And so she put that on. She also put a sleeve on it, which is
Oh,
really nice.
wow.
But other than that, it was on display, and she watches my channel and she's downsizing, and she's like, I wanted it to go to somebody who would love it, and um she sent
She's
that to me.
okay.
So yes, I never expect anybody to send me quotes. Don't think that at all, but occasionally people will, and it's so nice when they do. It's a very sweet thing when they think of me and do that. So,
Hey, Zaza.
so hi,
Let's see. Scrappy quilts are my favorite. They remind me of my grandma, Laura
oh,
says.
nice.
Michelle says she has made 3 so far of yo-yo quilts, and she's actually working on 2 more right now.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Fun fact, and probably many people don't know, for years ago, when my kids were little, I made yo-yos and sold them on eBay. So that's what I did. I sold packs of 100 of scrappy yo-yos on
Oh,
eBay. Made a little
wow.
extra money. Yep. And
Oh, that's neat.
yeah, I still have a bin of yo-yo fabric of circles cut out. I can see them up on my top shelf from when I did that. And I would do different sets. Yep. And I did
Oh,
well. I
awesome.
sold them. I mean, people bought them. So,
I believe it. I mean, there's always someone, as long as you can find the right niche of people out there, there's always someone that's willing to buy stuff.
yeah, it was a lot of fun. I made some decent money. It takes me about a minute to make a yo-yo. I got really fast at it, and I don't use any templates or anything like that. I do them just by hand with a turned under, and
Yeah, that's what Michelle does too. So,
yeah, yeah. So it's yeah, I
yeah,
like
she
yo-yo.
actually had some templates like from like Joanne Fabrics or something or other. And she's like, I've never even used these. I've never even taken them out of the package. I'm like, send them to me. I'll play with them. They're still sitting in my drawer, not even taken out of the package yet.
I
I'll probably
tried
never use.
them. The
I'll probably
stitches
never use them.
the stitches are too far apart for me. It doesn't, or too close. Is it too close together? Because you need a nice running stitch, a solid running stitch to get your pleats.
Uh-huh.
So,
Sorry, Luna just wanted out of the room.
oh, that's okay.
She was out there slapping the door. Always keep my door closed when I'm live streaming so that way there you don't hear the TV over it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, because the guys are sitting in the room and in the front room watching TV, and you never know what they're going to have on.
All right, well, that's true. That's
Let's
good.
see. Everybody's just saying hi, hi. Trying to see if there's any questions. Okay, so Brennan, Mr. Quilter says, "Hey Kris, do you do any scrap quilts as quilt as you go? I've seen some awesome scrappy quilt as you go blocks that seem like an awesome way to use up a lot at once."
I do. So I don't know if you can see, this is one of my first videos that kind of took off. I'll turn my camera or turn my computer around. Can you see that?
Oh, that is beautiful.
So that's all antique fabric and antique blocks. I have a video on it, and that's stitch and flip. So kind of quote as you go. But actually, no, I guess that's not quote as you go. I'm sorry. That's stitch and flip. But yes, I've done quote as you go too. I have a little zipper pouch video on quote as you go. I think I have another one too. But yeah, I have quite a few scrap quilt videos, but that was my first one that kind of took off. So it's an older video. The lighting's bad, it's like one of those things. And I kind of just put it together. And people always give me a hard time because I didn't press the fabric. But it turned out, obviously, it was
Hey,
fine. It was fine. I
it makes a
usually press my
beautiful
fabric. I
wall
usually
hanging.
do, but I just wanted to have some fun. So
You know what? Not everything has to be 100% perfect.
this is true.
There is no quilt police.
It doesn't
I
have to be
always
perfect, but sometimes doing things a certain way makes your life a little easier too. That's my feeling. We got to know the rules to break the rules.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So Rita says, Danelle, at least you don't have cats that figured out how to open the door to let the dogs into my craft room. No, my cats would be trying to figure out how to open up the door to let themselves into the craft room because of the birds. I was sitting here yesterday not knowing because the cats usually whenever we had the dog puppies out, then the cats stay in the bedroom. And the door is just like cracked just enough where the cats can get in and out, but the dogs can't get through there. They can't seem to fit their shoulders through the doorway.
Okay.
So, and it's like a little latch thingy on there, like a little baby lock say thing on the door to keep the puppies from getting in. And I had my door wide open on my sewing room while I was sitting here sewing yesterday. And then it wasn't until I'm like, why is all three of the babies in here? Like, just like hyper focused and everything. And I look over and one of the cats is underneath the table over here.
Oh my gosh.
And they had her trapped and everything. So I had to
Uh,
maneuver to get them out of the way so I can get her out of here before they stressed her out too much. I was like, oh my God, girlfriend.
oh, that's crazy. Do the
It's
cats and dogs don't the cat and dog doesn't get, they don't get along or
well, I mean, they're still adjusting to each other
oh, okay.
because the three puppies are still in like that puppy mode, hyperactivity, and the cats are like older. One of them is
Oh,
like 10, the other one's like 11, and so
oh my
they're like,
goodness.
we're over the whole hyper crazy thing. Go away.
Get out of here, kid, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Rita says her hubby asked her which is going faster, scraps and crumbs or completed quilts. I said, well, no answer for that one. I'm going with fabric collection, scraps and crumbs is growing faster than my completed quilts.
They multiply those scraps, the more you
They
use,
do.
the
They're
more you
like little
get.
bunny rabbits when you leave the room.
They do. I'm trying
Hey,
to think of
Alex, living and crafting with MS says, "Hey everyone, just trying out butterfly designs for use on my 1890s gown." Oh my gosh, girl.
beautiful. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I would be scared to touch something that old. I'd be like, it'll fall apart if I touch it. So what all type of fun stuff do you have coming up on your channel?
I have this weekend, and I think I said that this video is this weekend. It's not the one, the old quote. I do, so this weekend's my habit update. So I do, quilting
Oh, I
habits. I
like
do an
those
update.
videos.
Yeah, so every month I do a habit update on, I pick 5 habits. I've been doing it, this is my 3rd year, and I pick 5 habits to work on or goals to work on in my quilting life. And then I give updates, and it's also a great spot to give other updates too of anything happening and kind of just connect with everybody. And I have a downloadable habit worksheet and a blog, and people really seem to like it because I my goal is to motivate people to, to keep kind of like an accountability type thing, community,
Yes.
get your own goals and just check in with me. And then I can also keeps me on track, to be honest. It's a little selfish because it keeps me on track because I know I'm accountable to everybody. But also I like to share the truth about it. And if I don't do well, I think it also helps people realize that you can't, sometimes there's just life gets in your way and you can't get it done, and that's the way it is. So that's been really good. And I'm enjoying the series. I hope everybody else is too. People seem to like it. So that's this weekend. That's
I
always,
love it. I love how like you have figured out like a grading scale of
yes.
a grading scale for yourself. And I'm like, I just love the whole concept. And it's like, so this year I've actually started doing like a little accountability thing as well,
Nice.
but only with like a few of my moderators and everything, where I make out a list at the beginning of each month of certain items I want to get done
Yeah.
before the end of the month.
Yeah.
Because I started out this year with so many whips and unfinished quilt tops where I would get in the middle of working on it and then stop it and go on to the next sparkly things
Yeah.
and do the same thing with that item. So now I send a few of my moderators like a little checklist of what I want to get completed with, say, for the month of March.
Yeah.
And then they check back at the end of the month to see how I done on it.
Yeah. It's nice to have that.
Yeah. It's like
It,
there, I'm like, because my goal is before the end of the year, have all of my whips that I came into this year with completed.
yeah. Oh wow. Okay. That's a good goal too.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
all while still trying to occasionally add in something new to do for my, because I mean, got to have new content for the screen. So,
Yeah. That's true. That's true. So yeah. So that's yeah. It is. I like it. I think it helps me connect with everybody too. I kind of know people's goals and in the comments, you get to the point that you know what people are working on and stuff, so you can ask and kind of talk about what they're doing. And I don't know, anything that's going to help the community, the quilting community. I really try to put a lot of thought into that and what's gonna be out there in the world that's going to be helpful to people, and making sure that my videos have value and that I just want to help people. And that can be as much as just, giving them a break from something going on in their own life or keep them from loneliness or something like that too. And I just want to be an asset to the quilting community.
oh, definitely.
Yeah. So
Now, who
that's
was
very
your
much.
biggest influence into getting into quilting?
Into quilting, so when I was in high school, I made a list of things I wanted to do, and I wanted to make a quilt, and I had that list, and it's like it's silly because no one, well, my they say that it skips a generation, so both of my grandmothers were quilters, um, and but I didn't know that really until I was an adult, like, and they'd passed, so there's some stuff in there, but my mom really never enjoyed sewing. She's great at other things. She just never loved that. She's an awesome baker. And I can't bake to save my life. So I guess it's just we all have our own thing. So I always wanted to, when we first got married and moved to Massachusetts, I joined a quilt guild. I had never sewn a stitch, and joined a quilt guild, and they really took me under their wing and taught me everything and that was back in the early 90s when quilting was super strict. Okay. I
Oh,
don't know if anybody's
wow.
in the chat that remembers how, you had to have those points on, or you weren't, if you used the machine or you didn't hand quilt, it was not quilting. And it was like all these crazy rules. And I think we were right in the cusp of coming out of that. But for me, it was the best time to learn because I took out many a stitch because my mentors and the people around me are like, nope, that point's not on. Get that point on. And so things have really relaxed over the years. I'm not quite like that now. I'll take I like to get my points on, but I'm okay if they don't. But so that's what happened. And then I was like, I'm going to be a quilter. I don't know. I was in my 20s. I'm like, why not? And some of my first quilts I was so proud of, and I look at them now, I'm like, oh my gosh, this woman must have thought it was great. But it was really a wonderful experience. And then it just the bug caught. I mean, I sew some clothing. I'd love to learn to sew clothing, and I've done some. I did all my kids' Halloween costumes and stuff like that, but that doesn't count
Oh,
because that can
wow.
be temporary. You know what I mean? It's like it doesn't have to
Yeah.
be locked in
Yeah,
seams
it just had to
necessarily.
survive a couple of hours.
Yeah, exactly. Just let's get through the night. But so I've done some of that, and I've done some clothing, but this is kind of where it's stuck, and I really love it. And
So
but
Donna's ears must have been ringing because she's now in the chat. She says, Kris, you inspire me more than you know, girl. I just
oh,
love your series on old quilts.
oh, right back at you. She's such a sweetheart.
She is. And then Day is also in here now, too.
Oh, nice.
So if you could grow up to be like any quilter in the world, who would have been your biggest influence of who you would want to grow up to be like?
Well, biggest influence would be Nancy Zeman, hands down. We lost such a treasure when she passed. Just really talented. Eleanor Burns, oh my gosh, she's still around. Um, and Alex Anderson, my gosh, I cut my teeth on her. Her show, her Simply Quilts in the 90s, that was on HGTV, if anybody remembers that. And it was on like at 2 in the afternoon. It was nap time for my kids. So it was like I zoned into that, took notes. I mean, because back then we didn't have YouTube. Um, or maybe there was YouTube, but it wasn't really a thing. And then, of course, once YouTube came around, of course, the awesome Missouri Star Quote Company, Jenny Doan.
Yes.
I've watched her from the beginning, so I kind of saw her grow. And then Karen Brown was a huge influence for me starting a channel. Um, so I mean, there's just been so many great quilters. And I'm trying to think, Doreen, what was her last name? I loved her too. She passed away. She died, I think, on a quilting cruise
Oh,
years
wow.
ago. But she was like in the 90s.
Okay,
Like
if you gotta go, then at least you gotta go out doing what you love.
there you go. Yeah. It was, yes, exactly. So she was, there's just been so many good, amazing, famous quilters. But Nancy Zeman, she's up there. She was something, and she's such a loss to our community. But and then Donna Jordan, another loss to the
Oh my
community.
gosh, yes. So when I first started, so my mom taught me initially when I was like a preteen,
Okay.
and I made a couple of quilts, but we hand tied the intersections instead of quilting them on the machine.
Yeah.
And then I would sell them at flea markets that we always did because my mom crocheted stuff and I would sew stuff, and we would both take it to markets on the weekend to sell stuff to make extra money. And so that was my initial thing. And then life got in the way, hormones started raging, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Never picked it up again until my grandmother passed away in 2018. And she was my influence at the time because I
Oh,
always seen the quotes that she made.
okay.
And I believe every single person in the family, on my mom's side of the family, all have a quilt from her.
Oh, how wonderful.
Yeah. And if they don't have an actual quilt, then they definitely have a crocheted blanket.
Oh, wow.
I got blessed and I got both.
Oh, that's so wonderful.
Yes. So that was one of my biggest influences. And then whenever I started doing it back in 2018, 2019, then
Yeah.
I think Missouri Star and Donna Jordan were my two big ones I watched on YouTube when I first started.
Ah, yeah.
And then
Those
I
are good
fell
ones
into
to
like
watch.
Becca and Donna and a few others. And then
Nice.
there it just grew.
Yeah. It is. It's great. It's thank goodness we have. I mean, y anything you want is at your fingertips with, YouTube. I think the time you were on with when I was on with Sean in the chat, I was saying my washer and dryer died that day, and my husband got on YouTube and ordered the parts and was able to fix it. It's like because he watched a few YouTube videos, everything. It's so wonderful. It's such a wonderful
Yeah.
platform.
I mean, if you can think of something that you needs to be fixed or you want to create or whatever, there's
Yeah,
got to be a YouTube channel out there for it already.
absolutely. Absolutely. So there's something for everyone, that's for sure.
Hey, Sean, we were just talking about you, hon.
Hi, Sean.
I swear we start mentioning a name and they just pop up in my
They
chat.
pop up. Yeah, because we talked about Donna too. We were saying how, yeah,
Yeah.
and she came in.
Yup. I'm like, okay, who else big name can we mention? And then anybody and everybody that has a channel, if you do exclamation selfie, it'll drop your link in here so that way there share your channel out.
I lost chat.
And if one of my moderators can drop Chris's link for her, that I greatly appreciate it. And just in case anybody is not subscribed, then they can go over and subscribe to her.
Oh, so somebody said, I just got my chat back. So it says that Eleanor Burns a quilt in a day made me so annoyed when I couldn't make a quilt in a weekend. True, right? I mean, she's like, oh yeah, you can make this in a weekend. No, you can't. I probably could now, but then I couldn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tasha is saying, "Oh my God, was Nancy the lady from PBS? Was it
Yes.
Nancy or was okay? It was Nancy.
Nancy Zeman was on PBS. Well, she was when I watched her.
Okay.
Um, I don't know if she was on something else too, but yeah, she had Bell's palsy, so her one side of her face was droopy, like it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but there's a lot of I don't know who bought her. Somebody did. She had like a line of notions. She still has them out, but she just was she knew her stuff and knew how to teach it and really taught me so much about quilting and sewing. I think she did other stuff too, but that was huge. And of course, just my guild. I mean, goodness, guys, it's just if anybody's not in a guild, get into guilds. The guilds they're just a
I'm
treasure
not in a guild,
trove.
but that's just because I don't got time for anything else.
It's just a treasure trove. You want to know how to do anything in quilting. There's
Yeah.
somebody in that guild that is an expert at it.
Yeah, the way I look at it, being a content creator, that essentially puts you into a guild right there because
Sort
you
of, yeah.
you got your content, you got your viewers, and then you develop all those regulars that always come and see you and everything on a regular basis and you chat with.
Oh, Missouri Star bought Nancy's Notions. Yes, Nancy's Notion. Okay, that's who bought
Oh,
them.
okay.
Yeah.
Hey, so Terry.
Um,
So
but yeah,
Terry
no,
says, Kris,
the
I
guild.
loved your last videos sewing that vintage quilt, saving that
Oh,
vintage quilt.
thank you. It was fun. It was out of my wheelhouse or what I normally put out there for videos, and I just went for it, and that's what I did all week. If you watched it, you saw that I recorded it over a week, and I'd be like, okay, it's the next day. So, it was kind of choppy to put together and editing, but I was so happy with it and the way it turned. I'm very proud of that video. I am very proud of it. Yeah. So
As Sean says that we need to talk about the lottery people or Publishers Clearinghouse that bring the big checks next so that we can get that instead.
they went bankrupt. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm actually super excited. I got to talk about this a little bit.
Okay.
It's not quilting or sewing related, but it's more like job related. So everybody knows I essentially work for a health insurance third party payer, and I
Okay.
hate my job,
All
but it
right.
pays the bills. and it allows me to do what I enjoy doing. And my husband knows I hate it because it causes me a lot of stress.
Okay.
And because essentially I'm the bad news bearer person of the company because I'm the one that when your stuff gets denied for coverage, I'm the one that calls you.
Ugh.
So that's my job 8 hours a day. So I absolutely hate it. I got into it doing something completely different, and somehow or another I wound up in this position, but it made more money, so I took it. And the benefits are good.
Okay, yeah.
But anywho, today my husband, so one of his coworkers that actually at one point was his boss when he got first hired in with Ascension Health, one of his coworkers' wife that also works there had asked if I would be interested in a position. And I'm like, yeah. So once the position is officially ready, posted and ready for to be hired, she's actually going to send me the information and everything, but it'd be like twice as amount of money as what I
Oh my
make now,
goodness.
which is amazing. With better benefits, more PTO time. I'm like, oh my gosh. And it would be getting me out of the ugh of what I do right now. But I'm just like so excited. I'm like, yes, please sign me up.
That's fantastic.
Yes. When I asked her, I'm like, okay, I'm like, roughly about how much and everything. And she's like, she goes, don't quote me, but this is what majority of them are usually posting for right now. And told me, I'm like, ugh. I'm like, that's like double the amount I make.
Nice.
I'm like,
That's so
yes,
awesome. Congratulations.
thank you. I mean, even if I don't get it, just the fact that someone gave me the possibility an
That's nice.
opportunity to apply and everything, but I still gotta apply and all that stuff. So I just had to talk about it because I'm like ready to bust.
That's awesome. Awesome news.
Oh my gosh, let's see here. I guess I don't have to worry about them showing up anymore, Sean says.
Oh, thank you. Who somebody said Laura? Thank you.
Oh
It was a fun
yes.
video.
I love it. I especially love like how you showed how you did like that little patch of that one area.
Yeah, I thought
And I
I'd get more
mean, and just
pushback.
like you said, looking from afar, it's not like anybody would really actually ever notice. And that fabric was so spot on for that area.
It was weird because I wouldn't have pulled it, but once I put it with it, I was surprised. Now the green was way off, but I was like, I'm gonna keep it, vintage. And that's such a busy quilt. Nobody notice. Nobody will notice. And if they do, they do, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Day
It
is asking what would the position be doing? Essentially right now the most I know about it is like doing like handling like purchasing orders and adding the details to spreadsheets. But that's like the most that I know about it right now. Once she finds out more information, which will be within the next week, she's gonna be keeping me posted on it. So and letting me know when I can jump in there to but she'll send me the link when it's time for me to jump in there to apply for it. But it was like it's essentially her old position. So she got upgraded to a different position, and so she's really rooting to get me in there. Let's see. Kris, I know that quilt would be loved. You did a great job getting it to lay flat. Yes, you did.
Yeah, no, I didn't think I would be able to.
Yeah, I know. You're like, I remember in the videos, you're like, I don't know exactly whether it's going to come out to be coasters, table
I didn't.
runners, placemats, if I'll be able to preserve it or whatnot and everything, but I'm going to give it a whirl. I'm like, oh, you definitely got this.
There's some pleats in it. There's definitely some problem things that I had to kind of fold it over and quilt over it and just go for it. But I'm shocked as anybody. Honestly, I really thought I was going into that making a tote bag or something, and just trying to save it as best as I could. So yeah, so it was. I'm just trying to catch up with it.
I know the chat's like going crazy tonight.
That's nice.
What did Sean say? Oh, he says, don't forget to tickle the like button if you haven't already.
Yeah,
Tickle,
that's
tickle, tickle.
Absolutely. I keep losing chat too on my phones or the yeah, live chat. So it keeps going to top chat. So if I miss anybody, that's why.
Oh,
Um,
don't worry. I spent most of this live stream with it on top chat until I realized I didn't move it over to live chat. So then I moved it over. And now I'm just like, okay, I'm like, I just like skimming through, making sure I'm not missing any questions. We only got a few moments left, people. So if you have any questions for Kris, please put it in the chat and do either the @ sign in my name or the @ sign and so the distance so it jumps out at us. Rita says she can't keep up with the chat either. That's going way
oh,
too
good.
fast. Laura says, Danelle, wishing you all the best. I spent 10 years in medical billing. Yeah, my degree is actually for health information management. And I never actually got the license, the state license for it because I flunked the test once. And in order to retake, I flunked it by like a 1.5 questions credit.
Oh boy, that stinks.
And when I went, I wanted to go retake it, and they were like, "Oh, it's going to cost $300 to retake it." I'm like, "Nope."
Yeah,
Like, I'm not paying $300 to retake this thing.
yeah, that's where they get you. Even with teaching, the tests are so expensive.
Yeah, so I wanna just searching around. I got a call for the company I'm at now, and this September makes 10 years I've been with this company.
Oh wow, that's awesome though.
Yeah. Which is funny because the previous company I was with them for 10 years before I got this job.
Oh, so maybe it's like
And
a
I had worked with Annette, and I had actually stayed with that company for 3 years after I started this one here, to where I was doing that one on the weekends, this one here Monday through Friday. So I was working 7 days a week.
wow.
I'm like, I don't know how I did it because I cannot do that anymore.
No, I know. Yeah, that's it's to be a lot. See, there it went away. Oh, you know what? It's when an ad goes on.
Oops. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
No, we need them. No, don't be sorry. That's what happens though. So I gotta watch for that.
I know. It's how we make our little pennies.
So Terry asked, "What is your favorite new quilts or rescuing old quilts?" Oh, don't make me choose.
Come on, come on. Just name one.
I really love the rescuing of old quilt. I mean, I really, to me, it's just, you know,
They tell a story.
I'm a religious person, and I really felt this was laid on my heart to do. So to me, every time I get one, I'm like, okay, thank you, God. That's I feel like they find me because it's been such a blessing to me. So and I know that might sound crazy to some people, but it really is. It's like that's probably also why I have a hard time not getting them when I see like God sent this to me. um, but that really it was laid on my heart to do this, and it's just yeah. So I think the rescuing and I love them. I mean, I can just fawn over them for hours and snuggle
Oh,
with them, and
definitely.
I feel like I feel I don't know the maker. I like I don't know. I can see what they were doing, or I don't know. It's just something about it. I've only had one quilt that I got kind of bad vibes from ever, and but most of them are just wonderful love. You just feel the love that goes into them. But I also love my own. I love making quilts too, so I don't know. I like both
Yeah, I
sides.
mean, I had one of my grandmother's old ones, and it was initially every block was a one of those like t-shirt transfer type of thing,
Yeah.
type of designs where she had pictures of all the family members
Oh wow,
in
that's so
each block. And well, those pictures have pretty much all faded.
nice.
So
Oh,
I have made quilt blocks that will go into each one of those spots and everything. And now I just gotta, once that gets back over onto my schedule and everything, and all probably within the next few months, I'm gonna be bringing that back out and quilting down the blocks onto my grandmother's quilt in those those blocks in those blank
wow.
areas. So that way there is then it technically be like mine and my grandmother's quilt.
I love that. That's so awesome. That's so cool. That's just so cool.
Yeah,
Like putting something
and
together and
it completely put my mom into tears because my mom gave me that quilt.
mm,
And because my mom has so many quilts from my grandmother, so she gave me that
wow.
one. And I'm like, that one needs life brought back. And at first, my initial thought was I was going to hand quilt it. Yeah, no, I'm not hand quilting that thing because she had like, it's like this much thick in it.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, I don't even know what's inside because I don't even
Maybe
want to
another
open it up.
quilt.
Huh?
Maybe another quilt.
It might be another quilt, but it's
Take a
staying
peek.
in there. I'm like, that's gonna be my wintertime couch quilt
There you go. That's
because
it.
it's gonna be super heavy, a nice weighted blanket.
They're magical. Quilts are magical and
They are,
wonderful, and I'm so
and
glad to be part of a
and it's so
community.
weird because she used like some of the sashing strips isn't like quilt fabric. It's like ribbon, like a thick ribbon
Oh,
type
that's
of
so cool.
fabric. Yeah, I'm like, that is so neat and it's so pretty.
And that's something you could like that's what I love about the old quilts is that you could do that now, just getting that idea from an old quilt, and thinking, okay, because I feel like now I mean, it's like my toolbox.
Yes,
I've seen so many different techniques and different ways of doing things, and it's like now I can pull from that just from studying old quilts and know how to problem solve with my own. If I, have, which often happens, an issue with one of my own quilts, I can say, oh, you know what? I saw that. I remember, so to me, it helps pull it all together and
oh,
just learning.
definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
learning
like,
different
and
techniques.
you can learn so much stuff from old quilts
You
too.
can, especially if you take, you really look at them and really see what happened and kind of start to deconstruct it in your brain and say, okay, wait a minute, how did they put this together? And sometimes it stumps me, and I'll talk about that in some of my videos. I'll be like, I have no clue how they put this together, So it is a fun, it keeps our brains active.
Definitely. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I mean, like one of her quilts that I have, my mom gave it to me because I was gonna donate quilts, but this in here I just couldn't let go of.
Yeah.
It's like a 2 or 3 tone solid blue puff quilt.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
there's like multiple different tones of blue, but it's all completely blue. And it's like not fully stuffed puff quilt, but it's like, I mean, there's a lot of room still in those puffs that could have had some polyfill and everything, but it's so comfy for sleeping on. So my the husband and I use it a lot during the winter time. Whenever my current quilt that's on my bed that I made that he confiscated,
Hmm.
I showed it to him. He's like, "Oh, I like that. That could be great for our bed." I'm like, "Great. Now I gotta add borders and I gotta find more fabric for it, make it bigger than what I was intending."
That's so awesome though. And there's a great example of something old that's new again, and then it comes in waves as puff quilts. They've been around for a
Yes.
long time, but then all of a sudden people invented them, or the rag quilts or
Yeah,
there's
I
just
I
so
love
many.
puff quilts and rag quilts, but I would never want to make either one of
Yeah.
those.
Yeah, there's just
Like
it's
they are
just
not
all
on
been
my
done.
to-do list.
It's all been done, yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
so
Well,
yeah, I was trying
Chris,
to
thank
keep
you. Chris,
okay, do
we
we
are getting towards the end of the hour.
okay.
About 3 minutes left. Is there anything else that you would like to share or tell about your channel or anything else?
I
Or
don't think so. I mean, I think
you already give us a little
just
bit of a sneak peek. I love that EPP quilt.
yeah,
I
that's
am
definitely coming
I
up.
am so in love with that EPP quilt.
I have a few, yeah, and I this one is really cool. And I've been researching the fabric and getting ready to do a video on it. And it's yeah, because I kind of I try to work a couple weeks ahead and try to get things planned as much as I can. Not always happen. I've been much better this year at that. So with the exception of the habit videos, because I kind of keep them current because I'm still finishing up things, that I wanted to do this month. But I do have a scrap block tutorial, not a full quilt, but a block tutorial coming up after that. Um, I have I have another quilt tutorial that I am trying to work out, and I'm not sure exactly what that's going to be all about. But I'm trying to think budget because I know everything's so expensive. So trying to get some
Yes.
ideas for working with a budget. So
Yeah,
or
I am,
scraps.
which is another good reason why I'm hyper focused on all my whips right now
Mhm.
because everything's so expensive. So I'm like, okay, let's see how much of my stash I can use before I actually need to buy something other than backing.
Yeah, it's and that's it. I love buying fabric, and that's a whole nother hobby in and of itself. So I try not to limit myself with that because I do enjoy it, and especially small quilt shops. I like to support them too.
Oh
But
yes.
I do recognize that we're in a time where things are tight, and so thrifted items, trying to focus on that. What can we make? So my wheels are turning with ideas. Only a few have come to fruition, so I'm working through it. But hopefully some more videos like that. Like I said, I try to serve the community, quilting community as best as I possibly can, and I know right now that's something that's a need. So that's what I'll be focused on probably for the next at least few weeks and seeing what we can do with saving some
Awesome
money.
sauce.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I
that's
cannot wait to see all your stuff come out,
thank
especially
you.
I'm going to be standing first in line for the EPP quilt.
It's
Telling
a
you
good
right
one.
now. Because
It's
ever since I got introduced to EPP by
that
Zaga, the
yellow.
inappropriate quilter, I am like so crazy over it. And I love all the different shapes that are in there. It's so
They're
pretty.
all hexy, so it's all hexies or hexy parts.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's
like
they all
everything is like it's like you got like triangles there that were created to
no
turn into
triangles.
hexies. Oh
Nope,
no,
just
that's just the
hexies. They're
fabric.
all hexies. Not one triangle.
Oh wow, that's just the fabric designs then.
Yeah. It's like I don't know. My husband called this the nuclear waste symbol. That's what he called it.
Oh great, now I'm
But
not gonna get that on my head every time I see
right.
that now.
But you can see here this one. I don't know. But you can see that blue one, it's just made into
Oh
hexies, and then
yeah.
there's an itty bitty hexie in the middle. I mean, I can't imagine.
No, I can't either. Those look
And
like if there'd be
it's all
like
hand
two.
quilted. I mean, look at that. See, I'm giving away my whole video. But yeah, this is a good one. There's a lot of cool stuff in this with the borders. It's a cool quilt because it's one of those. Well, I don't want to give too much away, but it's a cool quilt.
No, save some for the video.
I'll save some for the video. Give you a little tease. But it is a cool quilt, and I'm so happy that a viewer sent it, and I treasure it. And yeah, so it's been. I don't have her permission, I don't think yet to give her name, or I would. I want to ask first, but I will in the video if she gives me permission to say her name. So
Oh, definitely. Well, thank you so much, Kris, for coming on with me. I truly appreciate it.
thank you so much for having me. This has been wonderful, and good luck with your job and your pets and everything.
Thank you, and good luck with all your videos
Thank
and
you
with
so
keeping up on your habit videos.
Oh, I
I
am.
love
I
seeing,
am doing
I
it
love
this
seeing
this
those.
year. I'm not missing one. Last year I think I missed two. I'm not missing any this year. So
Well, I'm so proud of you on sticking with it because
thank
that is
you.
something it's so hard to keep at least for me it's super hard to keep on schedule for something because
Yeah.
I'm like a spur of the moment type of decision making type of person.
Yeah, no, it's been good for me. It's been healthy for me to kind of keep on track and but it helps that I have the accountability too of the videos.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That's a part of the reason I stay on track, so but but I do look at the habits every week at the beginning of the week and I'm like, okay, what am I lacking here? What do I need to work on? And it does keep me on track. With the exception of sewing every day for 15 minutes. That's one of my goals this year, and I've been really, really great about that. So, that one I just do daily now. So, yeah. So
Well,
that's
everybody, I hope you guys all have a wonderful, beautiful evening. If you're not subscribed to Chris's channel, please go
thank
over
you.
check her out, subscribe, tell her I sent you.
Yeah, I'd love to know. Yes.
Yes, and let her know which one of her videos is your favorite.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it so much. And I'm sorry if I missed anything. You know,
We
comment
can't
or
catch
email me something.
we can't catch it all, Kris.
Yeah, that's true. But you can always email me info@sewthedistance.com and I'll respond. Usually in the mornings, I try to get my emails responded to. Some days I miss, but I try. So
Well, I hope everybody has a wonderful evening. I'm gonna go eat my dinner.
Go
and
eat
see
your
when my
dinner.
dog and see when my dog keeps barking because the old lady in there is barking up a storm.
Oh, something's happening. She's trying to tell you something. All right. I'll see
Yeah.
you later. Thank you so much for
Bye,
having me.
guys.
Bye.
Okay, all done.